Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I'm just at work and I wanted to make a video on some of the top 3 mistakes that many physiotherapy students make. Now, before I start, I just want to say these mistakes are mistakes that I made whilst I was on the course, and I saw many other people doing the same thing. And on reflection, I think it's a common. These mistakes are quite common amongst many physio cohorts. Enjoy the video and take something new from it. Thanks. The number one mistake that all physiotherapy students make, and the one mistake that I made, the biggest one, I think I've talked about it in the past, is actually just worrying too much about what grade I got, or what grade you're going to get in your next exam or essay or assignment or placement or whatever it is. I think that when you're on the course, everyone is in like constant competition amongst each other, like to get the highest grade. Whenever the results come out of a recent assignment, everyone is talking about who got the highest, who got the lowest, who failed, all of these things. And you never want to be like the person who failed, right? Because you'll be like the talking subject of everyone, and it just doesn't feel that great. When you actually come out of university, it's quite likely right now at this moment in time, 2019, to get a job pretty much straight away. It's like guaranteed, right? All you have to do is just pass the course, focus on qualifying, and just getting your qualification from the HCPC and the CSP. From the people I've spoken to so far, the physios I've spoken to, like clinicians who are all qualified, they all probably say the same thing, that grades don't really matter. You can still get a job with a 2-2. I've even talked to clinicians, a 2-2 in your degree. And I've even talked to clinicians who say like they know people who've got thirds and they've still managed to get like rotational posts in like a acute hospital. So the opportunity is definitely there. But one thing I would say is if you're actually on the course right now, it may mean a lot to you to get that first or 2-1. It's good to be ambitious, but just remember that grades aren't everything. The second mistake that all physiotherapy students make, or I've seen make, is that thinking that there is one particular answer for everything. So there's like one answer or one main thing that's like the holy grail for every condition. And this isn't probably what you want to hear as a student, because you want to know like, what should I do here? I just want to pass this exam. Tell me what to do. I just want to know what's the best thing I can do, right? And this is something that I learned when I was on the course. It took me a while to figure out. Even now, I still have to think, basically think very critically of everything I'm doing. You only start to realize once you're actually out on placement, and you see like, oh, maybe if I give this patient who I've just seen for lower back pain, and if I give them glute strengthening, they may not need that. They may not be weak in their glutes. It might be something else. They're quite tight in their erector spinae, so a few stretches might help to sort that out. And that's something that you test and see what's wrong, and then you would assess them, and then you would treat accordingly. So you just kind of have to like take what you're given, and from your knowledge try and come up with a solution, bit of like problem solving sort of thing. And if you do come into like some sort of problem, just go back to your bog standard, gold standard, use the NICE guidelines. That's what I would do if I was a student, because they're all evidence-based. The third mistake that I see physiotherapy students make all the time is overcomplicating things whilst on placement, or even whilst in a classroom. You might learn every single like mobilization technique, every origin insertion, every special test for a particular limb, and when you go out on placement, you do those things. But just through your experience, you kind of learn, you pick up that it doesn't really matter what you actually do with the placement. With your patient. 90% of your treatment with a patient and how effective it is down to about developing a good therapeutic relationship with the actual person. And so this comes down to your communication skills, how well you're able to actively listen to their problem and then feedback what they're saying. Just making them feel acknowledged and empowering them to take control of their own health. So this is something that you would start to build with experience as you do the placements and as you get more comfortable with your patients. When you first go out on placement, you do everything by the book. Because ultimately, if the patient feels like they've been listened to and they've been acknowledged, they're going to feel like they're being taken care of. And once they do feel like they're more likely to improve, and then everyone's happy that way. So try not to make it too complicated. I know as a student you have to learn all of these like origins, insertions, all of these technical things, which are good to know, don't get me wrong. But ultimately, in my opinion, when you actually are with a patient, it matters how you actually cultivate a good relationship with them, and that's what's more effective in your treatment. Alright guys, so that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Top 3 mistakes that all physiotherapy students make. If there are any that I kind of missed out, if you are a qualified physio yourself and you're watching this video, make sure to comment down below any that you think that I should have said, and anything that you wanted to share as well. That'll be fantastic. Other than that, hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.